YesUs, world. Some words to think about it. So here are some thoughts for you to ponder. Some may wonder, some may not. YesUs, world. It is a thought. The thought that leads to our center core. A thought of unity, to be centered within your own thoughts, is the most powerful position of thought-word energy that we may hope to achieve, especially if we have not been told the truth about so many things. We have lost our youth at a 9 to 5 and can barely get enough pay to get by week by week. That is the truth. Yes or no? The truth is we have become old and have forgotten. We're never told the truth that the extradition of our youth truly all began when our thoughts of who we are really were stolen from us all. They called it education. I call it segregation of education for the slaves. All masterminded and created by those who forgot where we all came from. These people only know me. There is no center, just what is right. Mentality. Sanskrit text calls this energy gross, and calls the femininity side yi, or subtle energy. The gross side needs to become subtle and the gross side needs to become grosser. The body needs to operate energy as in yin and yang, always swimming, always dancing together, warming each other up with your own centered energy core, where everything comes from and eventually goes to the center core. We are all from God. We need to treat each other as if we are God Himself, because if you think about it, we are all gods walking around in God suits playing parts that we agreed to play before we got here. That is how serious this is. Start living like a very God. Alternate your thought energy from side to side. Hard to do? Do practice. We are all gods walking upon the earth, playing a role that God created for us to play. Do your best acting job you can. God is watching, listening, feeling all that is within your own self-consciousness. God lives in the center of our being. I am being filled with truth as I write these words. Now considering those slave owners that need to be exposed. Why don't we have cameras on members of Congress 24 hours a day? Live streaming cameras, monitored for all of America to see what kind of business are they really doing? What kind of lobbyists show up? Why? We can ask these questions and keep our elected officials on the correct path for our people. Or we don't re-elect them. That easy. We make the decision to re-elect by knowledge we see daily. If these current politicians should be relocated to another path or be rejected entirely. All because of these elected officials are viewable 24 hours a day. They work for the people, do they not? We would not have seen a Jan. 6th riot if these cameras were installed and on 24 hours a day. Do you agree? Yes or no? You know it is not the party's agenda to control our government and our lives, especially in the white slave owners materialized world we are still living in. So what is the best tool we can use to get the truth? Video surveillance 24 hours a day. God, what a change that would create. We need for white slave owners parties, no political parties. It's just us making informed decisions about the facts as we know them today. Because it's online and 24 hours a day. We would need online news that are showing the most active and the most empty offices at Capitol Hill. A live streaming elected officials and what they really do for us. Now I do know how good this really sounds. Why wouldn't a politician want to do this? Well then. That is the exact reason why we need this on Capitol Hill. What do they have to hide? Themselves? Do you agree us on this idea? Would you like to join us in getting the truth of today out of Washington, D.C.? Subscribe to Yes World. We can make this happen. No more backbiting, just the video cameras that doesn't lie. It's like a body cam for political officials. My. These politicians showing us what they do on a daily basis? What do they have to hide? We will find out. What a concept. The truth, the path, the way, the center path of all Christ men and women. Talk about a new form of democracy, social media politics. 24-hour streaming video allows voters to make choices on their own. What does this person really do daily for me and his district? What about local issues? Allows easy and instant Zoom-type conferences, structured as needed per voters, policy, politician all on one screen. This is the only way to get things settled, balanced and by using both wings at the same time. Flying, centered using both wings, working together. With our eyes wide open. We can fly as a country again, united not divided, and show the world how to really do democracy. We can change our lives for the better by being informed in this way. With our 24-hour video democracy system online, once engaged with all the members of the House and Congress. Can you imagine what we as the people could do with this data? Priceless on video truth. What a concept. We can learn to soar as new American once again. We can learn to take charge of our great country. The people will finally run the government in a way that accepts us all as equal to God's energy that our Creator has bestowed upon all of us. We are all slaves in some way to the white slave and plantation owners. Materialized reality world we live in. It is changing. It has to. We are living in their reality, they who do not know who they themselves are. Telling us what we cannot do or you'll lose your job. Mental slavery. I do not believe that there has ever been any better delimitation of our soul's energy than what Whitey has come up with. They say the word righteous. As if it means to say, I am better than you, when in fact the word is supposed to be pronounced as, what is the right use of us, which is a very good thought to think. The right use of us was created by God for everyone to use. Human spirits grow and become successful with the knowledge of truth. Who hides truth is against telling us all the truth. Think about it. YesUs, world. Learning to become a Christ man is something that needs to be understood by every religion on the face of the earth. YesUs is the true name of the Christ. Maybe you didn't know that fact. About your inner thought. What is a name, but a word that changes images in our mind screens? Words are something that forms an image thought energy. This is the real metaphysical definition of consciousness. Think all thoughts toward the center of the God suit, feel the energy of your own thought, feel your own thought word energy as love recharging within. Then at this moment you start, feel the energy of life within the Christ man. You are the Christ man or woman if you choose to be. Choose to be a Christ man. Believe you are a Christ man and you become. YesUs, world YesUs, JP. Please call me if you feel the call. 951-781-6900.